Welcome to Simply Sophie's Beauty Essentials and Sophie Soaps and Such. I'm your mixtress maven, Sophie. I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. One, actually to show you what I do when I spring clean, but this is not a tutorial. I'm just showing you the things that I use to do so. And then two, there's a spiritual aspect to why I use the spring to do what I call my ritual cleaning intensive. So anyway, if you just indulge me a moment, I'll go ahead and get started with this. I have been cleaning this way since I was a child, and my mom started me cleaning like this, and I fell off a little bit as I got older, of course. And then once I started having children, I quickly got back on the bandwagon of cleaning every single spring. Intensive cleaning from ceiling to floor, to include baseboards, door frames, mini blinds, windows, window sills, the whole 9 yards. Cleaning out closets and in the pantry, under the sink, all of those things. It goes on, and I take about 4 weeks and take my time and do it. But the cleaning part of it, I get that done within about a week. So I don't rush myself because I use it as a spiritual component for me, as I am truly a daughter of the sun. I love spring and I love summer, and I always have. And like most people who love the sun, they hibernate in the wintertime, and so I just fold up and close in the winter, and then in the spring and summer, I come alive. So I feel rejuvenated and alive, and so in doing so, it is time to get rid of all of the funkies, that I call it, that has accumulated during the winter. Around your own home, you will notice that the things that you thought were clean really are not clean. If you move your stove, you know it's nasty. If you move your refrigerator, it's nasty back there. Under your bed, behind your dresser, it is a mess. And then even in your bathroom, in the corners of your floor, at the baseboard, and all of those things that you thought you swept with the broom, but you missed. You don't miss it if you clean it the way I do. And that is manually on my hands and knees, cleaning with a rag and brush. And I also use a toothbrush for the corners. Yes, I do. I use ammonia for a couple of reasons, and I just buy, regular old ammonia. I think you can see that. Oh, dang, I forgot my phone to be backwards. But anyway, I use regular old ammonia. I use ammonia because I was always taught that it had, a good cleaning ability, and it also has the ability to clean and purify things. So spiritually, I use it. I feel that ammonia is the best cleaner to use to clean your home, other than soap and water. Of course, you try not to use too many products, commercial products, because they have too many chemicals in it, but ammonia definitely is strong. Soap and water and ammonia to clean. Now, I do not mix the soap and water or the dishwashing liquid and ammonia. I don't do that. It's just straight water and ammonia in a big container or pot or single, wherever you're going to fill it up. And I just get on a step stool, which I have. You can't see it. And I start at the ceiling and I work my way down to the floor. Also, once I clean the entire house with the ammonia and water, I come back and do this, the biggest pot you can to create your infusion. And hold on just a moment. Here's my big old container here. So this is the pot that I use to boil on my stove all of my herbs and spices. All of my herbs and botanicals. I make a lot of natural products, so I have a huge collection of herbs, and so what I do is make an herb infusion to then go back and wipe down my furniture, wipe down the counters and things like that. So I use, in my herb infusion, I use lavender. I don't know if you can see that. I use lavender. I use lavender because lavender has been reported to have an antiseptic, antifungal properties. It helps cleanse, and so that's why I use that. I also use peppermint. If you can see that, this is the peppermint. I use peppermint for the same reasons, and also I use sage. I am a big burner of sage. I love sage. I love the way sage smells. My daughter does not, but I love the way sage smells. So I put the sage in the big pot, and I'm going to show you the pot in a minute. I also use lemongrass. So here's the lemongrass. And lastly, I use orange peels. And if you guys follow me on Facebook and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, you know that I grind my orange peels from oranges that I use when I juice and all of that kind of stuff. So now again, I use the peppermint, lavender, sage, orange, and lemongrass for the antiseptic and the antifungal and all of that, you know, purifying qualities that it has. I create a what I call a synergistic blend of aromatherapy, of essential oils for aromatherapy. And I do that. I use these oils to make a, I wouldn't call it I use the oils with a carrier oil, and I burn it. So I use the lemongrass. I use the lavender. I don't know if you can see all that, but this is lavender. I use sweet orange and peppermint. Here's the peppermint, and the sweet orange is here. And like I said, on ritual, I do it with inspirational music. Sometimes I listen to gospel music. Sometimes I listen to inspirational talk, motivational speaking, just whatever is in my spirit at the moment to do so. That's what I do. And I create this ritual for myself and for my home. My home is my temple, and it is where I worship, and it is where I connect with God. It's where I connect with all into source. And so for me, it is very, very important that you take care of your home, especially during the springtime. And I always like to say spring she, because that's what I feel like. I feel like spring is she. And so winter he, spring she. I don't know. But when spring comes, everything comes alive. You feel vibrant. You feel awakened. You feel aroused. You feel rejuvenated. And that's why I chose the herbs and essential oils that I use for those purposes. Every time I do this, and I absolutely love it, it releases all of the difficult things that I have been carrying, the burdens that I have been holding on to in the wintertime. I release all of those things as I clean, and then it prepares my home to be a place that the Spirit of God can easily reside. And not only in here, it keeps away all negativity, and I don't allow negative people or negative things, excuse me, to enter into my home. And so that's why I do this spring renewal, spring cleaning intensive every year. Now, mind you, I do it too for the winter time. I clean everything, I sort things, but it's not anywhere near as intensive as the spring. If you have any questions about the herbs that I use or the proportions that I use, I'll be glad to share that with you. You can also purchase from me if you like. If you don't, if you're not a person who likes to make products, I do also sell the home blessing, is what I call home blessing, and herb infusion that you can make for yourself. So it comes dry, and then you can just put it in water yourself at your home. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to get in contact with me. You know where to find me, Simply Sophie's on Facebook, and you know where I am on YouTube. You guys be blessed. Smooches. Bye-bye.